Some questions haunt you at night, questions that don't let you sleep. And for me, it was this: why did Kuma bet everything on Luffy? I dove deep into the ocean of One Piece to find the answer, and what I found might change how you see both of them. Luffy isn't just strong, he's kind. We all know how kind and good hearted Kuma is. As someone who has seen the dark side of the world, he wants to bring some light into it. Similar to him, Kuma found out about Luffy, and he figured out early on that Luffy is Dragon's kid. So he started to observe him. And as the story progressed, he got to see how truly kind hearted Luffy really is. We can see this throughout the One Piece. How people are drawn to Luffy's kindness. Heck, even Fujitora, the blind Navy admiral, felt his kindness and wished he hadn't blinded himself, just so he could see the face of the kindest person he had ever met. We see Luffy's kindness as early as Drum Island arc, where he helps unique species of rabbits. After an avalanche, one of the baby rabbit's parents gets stuck under the snow. Without saying a word, Luffy pulls the trapped parent out and quietly walks away. That moment shows what truly kind spirit Luffy is. He fights not for glory or not to rule anyone, but to protect and liberate. Every battle he takes is to free someone. But liberation requires strength. As kind as Luffy is, it's only natural for him to want to solve the problems of people close to him. But in the dark world of One Piece, there are incredibly powerful people, far beyond the reach of normal human being strength. These people use their strength to force their will onto others. All of their own ambitions for money, power or control. They use their strength to cause pain. But Luffy, despite being strong, uses his strength to protect and liberate people. We have already seen this countless times. He saved Kobe from Elvida pirates, rescued Zoro from execution, freed Nami from Arlong's grip, saved Usopp and his village from the pirates, liberated Sanji from his own mental prison, and saved the people of Drum Island from Wapol. And the list just keeps growing. All of this made Kuma believe that Luffy doesn't just have kindness. He has the strength to back it up, the strength to liberate oppressed people, to free them from their pain, suffering, and fear. That combination makes him magnetic. I keep saying this. The world of One Piece is dark as hell, but Oda let us see the world through Luffy's perspective, and that's why it feels so bright. Because when you encounter someone like Luffy in a world this bleak, you feel drawn to him, drawn to his kindness, drawn to how safe he makes you feel in such an unsecured, chaotic world. That's why people are naturally pulled towards Luffy. That's why they trust him, even when logic says they shouldn't, and that's why his enemies often becomes his allies. I believe most villains in One Piece aren't just evil. They are broken people who have lost their way. And Luffy is the one who liberates them. Not just by defeating them, but by reminding them of who they used to be. He doesn't force redemption, he inspires it. You can see this with Bon Clay in Alabasta, the giants in Little Garden, and the people whose shadows were stolen in the Thriller Bark arc. And Kuma was there to witness many of these moments, while he still had fragments of his consciousness left. And then in Marineford, this wasn't just noticed by us. It was acknowledged by the world's greatest swordman and one of the most respected figures in One Piece universe. Because people feel it, and Mihawk said it best, Luffy has the most dangerous power in the world, the power to turn enemies into allies. But there is a cost. To protect what's right and saving people from their suffering and pain, Luffy must challenge the what's wrong, to challenge the system itself, to challenge the world with its beliefs. Challenge the world government which is responsible for current state of the One Piece world. We can see Luffy's revolutionary nature when he declared war on the world government itself to save Robin and Frankie. We can see this in most impactful moment of One Piece. That is when Luffy punched the Celestial Dragon for his former enemy, now his friend Hachi. The impact of Luffy's act changed the whole world. After the Rocks Pirates, there was someone who was challenging the Celestial Dragon and the world government itself. Kuma saw this. He understands the weight of Luffy's action, and this made Kuma believe in him more and more as days go by. All of this reminded Kuma of a legend, the tales his father once told him about the sun god Nika, the warrior of liberation. And when a man like Kuma, who had already lost his kingdom, his body, and soon even his mind, saw a new Nika rising from the East Blue, A boy who is bringing smile to each person he meets, each island he lands, each ocean he travels, each region he goes. A joy boy, warrior of liberation. The man Roger was waiting for. So he made the only choice that gave him hope. He bet everything on Luffy.